What are you doing?
I feel like I look like doo-doo.
So you're getting lights on?
Yeah.
Are we good on the lighting then, Sage?
Good enough.
Welcome to Glad You Game Pod. I think it started with like you feel like doo-doo. It's solid.
I feel like doo-doo.
Solid opening. Welcome back for another riveting take on the Glad You Game podcast. We got tons to talk about today. We got a little Resident Evil Village talk, tabletop simulators, Lenovo's gaming phone, Dying Light 2, Resident Evil Village. I think I said twice. It's because it's twice as good, and Final Fantasy 14. A couple other things. Well, we can jump into whatever. One thing I do want to say, which has kind of been bothering me. Let me preface this.
No, it sounds like you have something to say.
Let me preface it. We're glad you game. I'm happy everybody's a gamer, and everybody should be able to game who wants to game and game whatever the fuck you want to game on, whatever system, and all that. That I totally support. What I don't support, and I think we kind of are losing, is I miss the competition, the marketing. Like everybody's like the console wars, and I'm like, and I've been one of the people who says like console wars don't exist anymore, right? Because Microsoft's kind of just being like the Xbox network now. So just
you have said that,
yeah, play on whatever the fuck you want, which is cool. Gets gaming out to everybody, but I like that for the fans, but I don't like that for the marketing. Like the Xbox and Sony, I fucking hate that. Anytime a new game developer publishes a game, which they're a lot of work, and I love that, but they're all like. Anytime a game comes out, before probably they even play it, they're like, congrats on the release, you did it. What if the game sucks? Don't say, be like, way to go, you released a piece of shit. Like, I want them to throw some shade. Like Xbox kind of does on the Twitter with the like how Game Pass gets some stuff and things like that. And I know Sony came out recently saying they have like a big announcement that's going to be their competition to Game Pass. I'm assuming it's just expanding PlayStation Now because it's pretty much what that is.
Yeah.
But maybe it's a whole new service. Who knows? But I want some of that back. I want some of like, because everybody's like, oh, Sony fanboy, Xbox fanboy. And it's like, I get that, like, as consumers, like, I just want everybody to play whatever fucking game they can. But I do want the companies to stop just like every studio, just stop playing nice with every other fucking studio. I want to be like, oh, we fucking hate those guys. Like in sports, like you're like, you have your rivals, right? You're like, fuck the Dallas Cowboys if you're an Eagles fan or something like that, right? Or Flyers, Penguins. But that competition breeds like the best games you see. And it's like crazy, sells tickets, gets people going. We need the competition between these game developers to be like, fuck them. So then people are like, well, I'm going to play their game more. I want them to get into more competitive. I don't want all this play nice bullshit. Everybody gets a trophy because you released the fucking game. You also released a terrible game, or maybe released an exceptional game, which that makes your accolades more important, I think. So when there's someone's like, great, you actually did really well. And then that other developer has to eat shit. So I miss it. I'm not saying like I want like a toxic community in the game.
Sounds like you said you want a toxic community.
But competition.
Just a little more toxicity.
No, competition breeds excellence. So when they're actually competing, and it feels like competing, and somebody like, oh, good job, buddy. I want to be like, no, we fucking hate those guys. I mean, you watch sports, stuff like that. Like I said, Flyers, men, they're like, I fucking hate Pittsburgh, or I fucking hate Philadelphia. Like the Flyers, Penguins, for example. And pick any two rivals.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, they're like generally like neutral to most teams.
Is that who's playing today?
No, playing the Bruins, Flyers play the Bruins. But it's just a known rivalry that goes back. And there's tons of these rivalries for whatever city you're in, right? Yeah. And whatever sport, even soccer or your football, depending on where you live. Any of that's your rival. You're like, Manchester United versus, fucking Liverpool or something. You're like, fuck those guys. And like, they might think every other club is fine. But when those two meet, it's like, we hate those people. Like, because they are our rivals, right?
Yeah.
We need that in the gaming community because that makes you breed the best gaming. And it's not like no one considers it toxic in sports. It's just part of the game. And it's like you get the best game, get the best competition. It's not like you actually hate the people, but it's this competition that's like, it makes you sell the tickets for that. It makes those games matter more. They feel like bigger events. These will make it feel like bigger events to have these competition between developers. Not like, obviously, people can leave the job and go, like, just like in sports, you can get traded to that rival team. It does happen. It's rare, but like, engineer could quit from one and go to the other, right?
Yeah.
So it's not like toxic in the people. It's more of like, I want the companies, right, like to create this rivalry, because then it's like, oh, then you feel like you have skin in the game, and they're going to create better games as a result because they're going to be like, well, we got these guys are Naughty Dogs on our ass, so we gotta
I mean, that's kind of how I felt about when they started doing fantasy football. Is I'm like, you're taking the fun out of football by having people root for all the teams. Like,
I mean,
once you
yeah.
have a thing where it's like, oh, I want Dallas to win just as much as I want the Phillies to win because I have
Phillies are a baseball team.
or
Eagles.
I was saying the cities.
Yeah.
That no, I think it takes some of like that tribalism away, and I think sports are like healthy tribalism rather than like politics per se. Not going to get into it,
right?
But
that's
like,
what I'm trying to say. That's the kind of atmosphere I want. It's like I have friends who are Penguins fans. I've told you, we are forever,
and half the fun is just shooting the shit.
And I love it. Yeah, and I love those guys. But when the game's on, we're like, "Fuck you!" I don't actually hate them. It's just in the game. It gives you that fun. It gives you that fun competition, make you feel like you're involved in something larger than yourself. And it'd be cool if we had a competitive way of doing that with developing games.
And there's part of your monkey brain that like kind of gets turned on by saying "fuck you" and getting in someone's face.
Yeah, and I think anybody does. It's like an alpha thing. You just kind of it's inherent in like just our like biology. We just feel like
so doing that while like yelling about a game and screaming at your TV rather than like actually fighting someone is probably like a kind of healthy thing,
right? So you get it out. It's also like a it's like a catharsis. It's like a cathartic way of just getting this shit off your chest.
Yeah,
and then it's like game's over and you're like, all right, well, whatever. I mean, granted, there are those outliers who can't end it after the game, and those people suck. And they're on any team, and those people suck just in general, right? But the majority of the people take it for what it is, and it's like a healthy competition that's fun. And then a lot of times you end up just being friends with those people, and you're like, well, you have terrible sports allegiances, but like I respect your passion for it.
Yeah,
and that's kind of what we want. And like, granted, people do have these passions for like Xbox and Sony. But we're kind of losing that because now Xbox is like, great job, Sony, on the release. Like they're tweeting that shit. And Sony's like, great job on finally releasing Halo Infinite. I'm sure they will tweet and say that. And it's just because we're promoting this like participation trophy. Everybody went bullshit. And it's like the fans should get that, but the companies, I want them to act. I know there's not really a competition. They're both just making shitloads of money hand over fist.
Yeah.
But like, I want that because then it's like, all right, let's like, it makes you feel like you're whatever you play on, it gives you even more reason that you're like, yeah, this is my guys. These are my team. I'm repping my jersey, right? That's what, and that's,
I think
like,
too, it's like constantly evolving where and I'm going against like a lot of stuff I've said before.
Yeah. But like, it's not that I still want everybody to be able to play anything on any console. Like, I don't really care, but I like those rivalries. I think there should be like an Xbox Sony, like basically like tournament, where it's like we just play, like there's game tournaments like Chell, things like that.
I want to see like a bracket of them going head to head or something.
I want to see a bracket of like, these are Xbox players, these are Sony players, these are Nintendo players, all playing on, and then it's like how each does, and they're ranked from their console, not from the game. Curious. And that's like, they all play the same game, right? I'll play Call of Duty, I'll play whatever, or I'll play Chell. But it's like, oh, well, the Sony guy beat the Xbox guy, or the Xbox guy. So Xbox, this player is the best player at the game, period.
I see. So any game that's cross-platform, you play against each other and see how you do there.
With your respective platform. Yeah. And then it's like, oh, Sony's taking, it's like, when you go to the Olympics, right? Everybody's playing the same games, right? You're all playing ice hockey at the Olympics. You're all doing the bobsled, but every country has their thing. I'm saying Sony has a team, and they go play Chell, and Xbox has a team, and then it's like a tournament of that. That would be fucking cool.
That's actually a great point, though, with what I was trying to say before, is that it's evolving where you don't have these Xbox versus PlayStation things anymore, that we've gotten to a point where it's not as granular as that we are literally having the Olympics in video games, and you do get to vote for your country, and you do get to vote for like your team or whatever streamer you're following or something like that.
Right.
Rather than just whether or not you like Xbox or PlayStation. I don't think it's necessarily gone away. It's just shifted focus to like other things that people.
Right. I just don't like that the companies are like befriending each other. That's my problem.
All right, fair enough.
Like, I want them to have the competition, not the actual people. Like, because then it's like, it also makes them sell more of their consoles, right? They're like, hey, we want everybody to win. It's like, no, you don't. You want the bottom, your company, you want to make money, or else you will not exist, period.
You want Wendy's Twitter not McDonald's Twitter.
Right, exactly. I want like the nice roasting and stuff, but they're also like fine with everybody.
Yeah.
But it's like you get that, so just make things matter more. Like, ooh, I can't wait to see what Sony's going to tweet at Xbox or Xbox. And Xbox has been throwing a lot of shade. Sony just kind of like, great job. It's like, fuck off, dude. Get off the mat. Get off the mat and clap back a little bit. Don't be a little bitch. Like, and
which
Nintendo
is also my
would be great
favorite
to get in
thing
there.
to do to people in real life when they try and get me riled up, and I'm just like, great, man. It's
yeah,
good on you.
Right, but like, see, that's like, but when you do there, you can't, like, companies can't really do that. You do that to get a rise out of people because you're staying calm, and then it's pissing that person off that you're still so calm, or they're not making you like emotionally. That's not gonna happen with this. So this is more of like, just like if Xbox does have a good game or something, like you should like be like, well, fuck you guys. Like, just like, I would love that. That would be so. I would be like, or if Xbox did that, like like
PlayStation just tweets,
fuck off. Like, yeah, like, oh, you think Xbox Game Pass is great? Well, you're a piece of shit. How about that? Like, it's
or
like
when
a
Halo
drunk Twitter.
like finally drops, it's like, oh, cool, fuck you.
No, it'd be like, oh no, like, but it would be great if Sony was like, oh, congrats on releasing Halo on the release date, November 17th, 2020. Oh wait, never mind. Sorry, 2022. Like shit like that. I want some of that to kind of, and then people obviously in the comments be like, fucking, and it's like, really, it's like everybody wins because you're getting sweet games. But then there's companies like, all right, well, we need to nail Halo.
Right.
We need to nail Resistant. We need to nail these games, which they do. I just want more of that, and specifically with the developer. So I want like Santa Monica Studios and Naughty Dog. And like, it's kind of like, you get like, we know they make like Uncharted and things like that. It's like, I kind of want to feel more of that competition as opposed to everybody's like, way to go, man. You guys made a great game. And I get that. But like at the same point, it's like, we got to have some competition in this fucking thing. Like, come on. Like, no. You're only saying that because nowadays you have to just be nice to everybody. And it's like, you don't. You also like, you can just be like, well, fuck that. I'm in competition with you. You're taking money out of my pocket, right? Yeah. So it's like, I want to fight with you. Not like, you don't need to be like super like toxic about it. It's also just like, hey, we're in direct competition. I don't need to like applaud every fucking thing you do.
And it's like, giving me a lot of insight, by the way.
Yeah, it's well, I was more of just like, I was just looking at a lot of like sports standings this weekend, and that's kind of what made me think about it. It's like, I would love to see game developer standing, like wins, losses. It's like, oh, this game was a win. Like Last of Us Part 2, win. It's like, oh shit, these guys are a juggernaut. Then it's like 343 missed, delayed Halo for a year. That's a loss, right? And it's like you have this kind of like thing, and it was based off of like me looking into that fantasy gaming thing we talked about before.
Yep.
And like delays, like lose points and stuff like that, whereas like on time and things like that deliver better. And like
once you introduce fantasy, it kills the market.
Certain like rating scores does it and stuff like that. And I'm like, that would be fucking cool, like some competition. I was like, it would be great if the teams like got into this. It's like,
yeah,
I just like, I don't want gaming to just be participation trophies. I want them to be earned trophies. So the fact that I see like when people are because the companies are not naive enough to not know that fans obviously care a lot about their product. And like, if they've ever looked at any comments under any of them, anytime one of them tweets, it is fanboys of both sides just railing each other. And it's like, yeah, feed into it a little bit. Like, just like tap into that, because like you'll probably get more interaction and it'll just be funny. That's the whole point of social media. It's not like the whole point of social media is just to like essentially
be social,
market yourself and create drama. That's the only reason why it exists. And then at the end of the day, you don't really care, but you're just like, oh, let's see what happens. That's why people fly up in like social media things, because they're just good at creating drama. And they're also not emotionally invested in it, but they just act like they are. So then it's like, oh, I'll say this, because it's like boxing, right? Boxing, you create a lot of drama when there actually isn't a lot of drama, but it's promo for the fight. So you're like, oh shit, he said this to him. There's a video of them like at this thing, and it gets people hyped for the fight. And then when the fight happens, you sell a ton of tickets, ton of pay-per-view. And then when the fight's over, they don't really give a shit.
You want a little more pomp and circumstance.
Yeah, it's like
a little,
right. Give me the fight promo, right? And then like, but really, you guys are like, well, we're cool with each other. We don't really care, but we're doing this because we know it's going to drive.
I know Steve. I worked with him 2 years ago. Like, yeah,
it's like if me and you were in a fight, we want to just be like, hey, we're fighting tomorrow. It's like, no, this motherfucker did this, and then people are like, oh shit, did you hear what Justin said? Oh shit, did you hear what Sage said? Like, and then like it builds up like your intensity of like, oh my god,
yeah,
I want some of that. Like, I want Halo Infinite to start throwing shit. Like, yeah, we missed the release date, because when we deliver, we're gonna fucking smack down whatever fucking piece of shit you guys are releasing that year that's going to compete with Halo, right?
Yeah.
Like they're like a perfect thing Halo could do. If Sony ever talk about is like, yeah, we just dropped Halo Infinite. How's Resistance 3 going? What was that, 20 years ago you guys released that? That's a great Halo killer because that's what that. Oh wait, never mind. Was that Killzone? Was that 15 years ago? Also a great Halo killer. Like that would be exactly. And then people are like, ooh, it, and it's like get them, and it's like that kind of. Then that gets more people on your brand. It's like that would be cool, and it makes you also more like. I think a lot of social media is the point of it is like make people think you're more what's the word vulnerable. Then you're like like show some humanity, and like these companies are not just brick and mortar. They're run by humans, so make them feel like more human. Like stop being so robotic. And like that's me saying it, who like generally prefers that, but I'm like, yeah, but it'll be fucking fun. And like, by the way, the whole reason why I'm bitching about this is to try to just create drama. Like, did you hear what Glad You Games fucking said? Like, yeah. Fuck that studio. They suck. And you're like, you know why? Because then it will become a story and be like, oh, this fucking whatever listener podcast is now throwing shit at this. And then it might just spiral all of a sudden. That's the whole thing of what you do. It's all a game. So just lean into the game. That's what I'm saying. It's like
we're glad for it.
Yeah, you should be very glad you game. So that's kind of why I think so. I was just looking at that when I was just on Twitter and then looking at sports standings.
Hot take.
And the fantasy thing. And I was like, we should just stir up shit. I mean, that's the whole point of this is just stirring up shit.
Yeah.
That's all it is. And it's like,
we'll start calling out other podcasts.
Right. You really like don't care. Like really you might be cool, but it's like, yeah, but dude, I gotta do the interaction. And when people like on YouTube, right? When people click stuff, they're not like, it's generally not like a detailed thing on the title, right? It's like, he said what? Or they did what? Or she did whatever. And it's like, that's what happens, right?
Yeah.
So it's like Glad You Game said, fuck you to Naughty Dog, right? Like, obviously I don't because I actually love their games. But that's actually, no, I'll tell you what, 343 is fucking terrible. I will say that. They are fucking shit game developer compared to Bungie, and Halo hasn't been worth its salt since Bungie.
Yeah.
And we'll tag 343 in this. So we'll see. And I probably will never be able to play Halo again, which sucks because I actually love the game series. I'm excited for Infinite, but right now, 343 dropping their bombs. And like, guess what? Like I said, I always have the engineers back, but I also want some. I want them to show some backbone and not be like, hey, like we know we got to drive this. Tell your management to go fuck themselves. You need more time, and have your guy actually tweet that out. It's exactly what happened with Cyberpunk, where they're just like owning it. They're like, we don't know when the patch is coming out. It's gonna come out when it's ready. Period.
Yeah.
And it's like, great. Do it right the first time.
Yeah.
And like you fucked up, but at least own it. 343 is like, well, we're going to go do this. We're going to take the time to deliver this. It's like, don't give me a full press release. Just be like, yeah, we fucked up, but we're going to get together and we're going to keep Craig in there, which is like the shitty graphic brute from the thing. It's like, we should keep Craig the exact same way he looks. Don't up-res those assets. So we can kind of
just
have
one.
Just
not
one.
all of them, just one.
Just the one in the same place. Like maybe make a statue of it. Little like Easter egg in the game.
That'd be great.
343. I'm giving you gold. All right. But you fucking suck and probably won't do this. All right. Do I actually think that? No. But I'll clip that one part. It's just like, but it's I don't know. I kind of woke up. It's like I woke up and chose violence. Yeah, that's what they say.
Sometimes you gotta do that.
Yeah. It's just like I love the competition. I wish there was a podcast that like I could just throw shade at and be like, fuck that gaming podcast. Like they don't know what they're doing. They don't have the intensity, the knowledge, the fun or whatever personality that we have here at Glad You Game. So fuck those assholes. Unfortunately, one, other gaming podcasts obviously exist. Two, we are like the little minnow in the big pond in the ocean, actually. So
got the sharpest teeth.
I can't really do that. I could be like fuck Funhouse, but like I would actually like to work with Funhouse one day. So like you have to like balance that. Yeah. You can't be like, those guys suck. And I'm like, but they're actually really cool. So if you like us, like, right. So it's kind of all that. But I just wanted to get off my chest initially. And I think it'd be fun.
It feels lighter. You're standing, sitting taller.
Yeah. But also, I think it would be fun. I think most people would agree, like, that would be cool. It's like, I'm not saying, like, actually hate it. I'm saying there's, like...
I would like to see a little more sass.
Give us the fight promo, and then it works out for everybody. Because then you get your teams.
Yeah.
Then you get the marketing and money. And at the end of the day, you're just making money. And you're actually cool with the other company.
You're a gaming company. Play a little.
Yeah. But it also shows some fucking humanity. You No one on the planet is happy for everybody on the fucking planet. And like, it's how the world works.
Yeah.
So it's okay. You can be like, fuck that person. That's fine. Just fuck them for whatever, for like, if they can't make something as well as you, fuck them, whatever. Not all the other stuff, like hate them for their personality is what I'm saying. Yeah.
What have you been playing this week?
Not anything else. Obviously anything else is fucked up. But sorry, what happened? So I played a lot of Chell, which also got me pissed off. But I am officially registered for the NHL, like the actual NHL. They're having a competition on Chell, and I think the tournament starts tomorrow at 9.
Okay.
So I'm registered in that. So we'll see.
What's the grand prize?
Dude, I don't know. I was like, "Do you want to register?" And I was like, "Yeah, we'll find out."
All right.
It's basically, I'll look it up. It's the NHL Gaming World Championship 2021. It would be hilarious if I actually like won that. There was a 0% chance I would.
Did you sign up as Glad You Game?
I signed. Well, you have to sign up with your HUT team. My HUT team is named Glad You Game.
Okay, cool, good.
So yeah,
Getting repping.
Yeah, it's round 2. It's NHL GWGC. It's NHL Gaming World Championship is what they call it. You'll see the commercials on like the actual NHL broadcasts.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. So like on NBC and stuff. And basically they just host their hockey ultimate team. It's the same thing as a Madden ultimate team, just hockey. And you play with people around the world in open online player matches, a single elimination best of 3. So it's like gets kind of intense. So you play best of 3, so whoever wins 2 out of 3 games, the other person is gone from the tournament, and you stay and you just keep going until
dope.
Until
does it say how many people have registered?
I haven't seen that. I know it's going to be like 32. I support everybody playing whatever you want to play on.
Yeah.
I just want a little more pomp and circuit. Like I want the fight promo. I want the fake drama to spin up things to kind of get you like, fuck yeah, that's
take a page out of professional wrestling.
Right. I mean, like WWE has made an incredible career off of that.
Yes.
And like we should too. It's like fuck it. And
what do you say?
Anyway, that's what I'm going back to is when I was talking about that with the consoles, like Sony won this many, Xbox won this many. The problem is they are technically different systems. So because of that, someone might have an advantage for certain things.
Okay.
So, but that would be an unfair advantage. You want everybody on the same playing field in tournaments like that. That's why they give you all the exact same. Like you get the same console.
Well, what do they play
like
on?
PC games. Here's what you get for everybody gets the same built PC. So that way the difference is your play, not the machine. Because you want to be on an even playing field as much as possible. The weirdest part though is it uses HUT. So, which the problem I had is, like my HUT is like okay, they're like an 89 overall because I don't spend a dime. Like you can buy packs to get better players, or you just play a lot and you can get.
I don't know what HUT is.
It's a hockey ultimate team. The thing I've mentioned like 5 times.
You didn't say HUT.
Yes, I did.
If you say so.
And then I was like,
listen back.
Yeah, and so basically it's you get you build your own team with players from around the league, and they all have cards where it's like this one's an 82, but there could be a 92 version of that same player. Right.
Okay.
Think of it like an RPG element almost. But and if you pay money, you can buy more packs or buy in HUT coins and then just get these players at auction. But if you don't pay real money,
you'll get the same player, but it has a chance of being like a higher.
Yeah, you could have like a 96 of like Claude Giroux, and I have like an 84 Claude Giroux. So his stats are obviously better on yours, right? So there's a billion different versions of everybody, blah blah blah. But you can pay real money to get more packs or get these coins to get that. And or you can play the game and you can still unlock packs and get coins. You just have to play games and do you have to do stuff to do that, and it takes significantly longer.
Gotcha.
So when you play people, like I always say, hate it, but like because like I know when someone pays for that because they're like 99 everything. Like I'm like, this is everybody on their team is like a 96. Mine are like in the 80s, couple in the 90s because like I just got lucky and got one for cheap on the auction house, or like in that pack that I unlocked, it just randomly spawned a 90, right? Because I just won't spend money on it. I'm like, it's just fun to play. And like those, and I'll still beat them. And I'm like, you, that's how I know you paid for players, because you just were like, we'll win because we have the higher number. It's like, no, you need to know how to play.
Yeah.
So the problem with this is I believe you use your hut team. So if I'm playing people who know how to play and spent money on it, that I will get the shit kicked out, because then they're all like 96s.
Yeah.
And I'm using like my 85s. And like, while I can strategically play with them, my team will be slower, have less accurate shots. The goalie is like the number one thing that's the biggest pain in the ass. Like if you have like a 99 goaltender, mine's an 85. It's like, yeah, he's probably going to stop every fucking shot.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'll get back to you though. We'll let you know about it.
Hell yeah.
How we go.
Fun.
I mean, just for the record, I'm just mentioning I'm playing this. I will not win anything. Like,
are you going to stream it?
I don't know if I can, because I have to play on the PS5 and I don't have a camera set up down there. So I can stream I'll be able to stream like the game from Twitch, but there's no camera. I don't have the PS5 camera.
I mean, shit, stream it like that.
Yeah, I can just.
Can you not put the PS4 one on it? Like, obviously there's some missing things.
No, there's like missing stuff for the one I have, so I have to get the PS5
even work at all.
No, you have to get like some adapter thing. So like I have to get the PS5 camera to do it. So it's like, but we'll see. We'll see. Maybe I'll play the first round. I'll tell you what, if I get past the first round, like tomorrow night's rounds, I'll then like start streaming it. If I'm allowed to. I don't know if that will mess up with anything either while playing it.
Yeah.
Because I really don't want to fuck with my latency.
Yeah.
Also in the game, and streaming on Twitch on the PS5 while doing the online tournament.
Yeah.
Could also be a network.
Can you record it and upload it later?
That I might be able to do. Yeah.
We'll talk about it.
Yeah, we'll talk about it. We're just like now having a conversation of like content. But anyways, whoever I'm playing, fuck that. That's what I'm saying. Like we'll get them like, oh, I'm finally playing this asshole
guy's
and
a piece of shit.
Yeah, he's a bitch. Then after the game, I'm like, he was incredible. Or she was.
It's really just
that
highlights of how much they suck. Nothing, not you scoring goals, just them fucking up.
Oh, even if I lose, I will only upload my goals, cut out like the thing that's just their goals. And they're like, did you win? I'm like, no.
It's like blacked out the score up top.
Yeah. I'll just cut out the score up top and then be like, oh, look at that sick goal. And then it's like, if at the end, I'll just show the score and it's like 20-3. That person like killed me by 17 goals. And I'm like, wow, those were all lucky. All 20 of them. Like my 3 goals were skill. Their 20 goals were just all bullshit, bullshit luck, which I say all the time. If I play Chelsea all year, I'm like, oh, fucking lucky glitch goal. And when I get it, I'm like, get skill, baby. What? You got nothing. When in reality, it's like, well,
yeah,
the guy's pretty good, or that person's pretty good, but whatever. Anyways, that was way longer than I wanted to, but I forgot to tell you, I registered for that. So we'll see. And it's Europe and North America. The season will crown a European and North American champion. So one in each country.
Nice.
And it'll feature live Twitch streams during it. So I think they stream your games once you go up.
Yeah.
Like if I got to the 32, which is a 0% chance.
Yeah.
If I got to the 32
about hockey, there's always some chance.
Yeah, in real life, I mean, I'm gonna get the fucking shit kicked out of me in this, and I'm okay with that. Like, I know I'm not going in and be like, got in the bag. This is my moment. One shining moment.
Well, I've been playing. Thanks for asking.
Yeah, well, I was
a little bit.
What have you been playing?
Obviously more Jackbox. Played last week.
Oh, Canada also gets a champion.
Nice.
Man,
played last week.
Like
I played this week again. Twice. Did
you play season 4 of Fall Guys?
No. Wait, yeah. We talked about it last week, didn't we?
We talked about that it came out. We didn't talk about we actually played it.
Yeah. It's like this weird little like futuristic.
Yeah.
There's a lot of cool stuff in there.
Yeah. I fucked with it a little bit also this week. In between yelling at shell games.
The new party pack for Jackbox has a game called Devils in the Details.
When did that come out?
Unplayable. I'm not sure actually.
Okay.
I mean, I think it was like the last 6 months, but I'm not sure.
Okay. Gotcha. Because I'm like way packs ago.
Yeah.
So Devils in the Details.
It is bad. I tried to play it with different groups of people that were like I would say that it is like aggressive team building. Unless you're doing it like at a work thing and like are actually trying to build.
What's the story? Like, what do?
You get like premise. A ton of tasks. You played it. You
No,
can,
I haven't. You keep saying I have. I actually didn't.
either way.
I didn't because you own it. I have it in your house. We didn't play it on my PS5.
All right.
I've been to your house in 6 months. I can tell you that.
So
He comes to me.
you get like all these tasks that you have to complete, and you're each supposed to do a like different task, but you're supposed to ask other teammates to help you on that. So you have to like stop doing your tasks and like go find a grocery list.
It's almost like
on like
Among
something.
Us?
It's
With the task, but like you co-op tasks.
it's Among Us, but like you're all trying to help each other at the same
but
time.
it's teamed.
But then no,
Okay.
it's still individual. It's such a pain in the ass. That's the worst part.
Even
is like,
this premise sounds like complicated.
you
It's
don't
like
know
I don't
how
want
you
to
win.
enjoy this.
And then like on top of that, there's selfish tasks you can do to sabotage the rest of the team.
Okay.
So it usually just ends up being everyone doing that, and then you all lose. And it's just a weird.
It sounds
shitty,
super confusing. Where the other Jackbox game, you jump in, it's like one simple thing, and it's like here's 10 seconds, got it. You went on for like 90 seconds, and I'm like, I don't even know what the fuck. Like it's just confused. All the other ones are like, just write something funny.
Yeah,
great. Or like, here's a bunch of questions, pick one answer.
Yeah,
and it's just like,
yeah. Have you played trivia? Great. This is how you play.
Right. This sounds like they're trying to build Among Us and other shit almost.
It was weird. Yeah. And then
so you don't like it?
Nah.
Okay. Devils in details.
Shit
Fucking
game.
Trash.
The rest of them though, because Chammed Up is on there, is a great game. I am good at drawing, so I feel like I have a bit of an advantage, and other people that are not good at drawing do not like playing the game. That would be
a shot across about me.
But I still think it's fun, and I think it's better the shittier the drawings are. The people that don't like drawing don't agree with me, but whatever. I also
is that the one where you're supposed to build like they're like, oh, build this object or something?
You're supposed to do like the champion of podcasting. And then like I would draw me with a microphone in front of my face, but then you think that it's me with a dick in my face. So you draw a second dick. And
interesting. What's the one where it's like they're like invent something and then you draw your invention?
Patently stupid.
Yeah.
That
like
one
that.
is fun.
But I'm terrible.
But it takes like a good 30-40 minutes to play.
I'm terrible at that because I have terrible drawing, but that's what makes it funny because people are like,
but your presenting is really good.
Dick? Yeah.
And that's like
that's what I like about it. It's
my
like
roommate's
sales
pitch. Like I do not like any kind of like presenting, like having to get up and like
a
speech is not my idea of fun, like on a casual game night. So no, they have something for everyone, and
I do like that.
Interesting seeing who excels at what things in there, because it really like it does level the playing field. If you play like the whole pack, you will see different things.
Yeah, that's what's great about it. And there's like 8 packs now or something like that.
So this week was supposed to be D&D. One of the guys couldn't make it, so we switched over to Tabletop Simulator.
Okay.
I don't know if you've ever played that. I think it's free on Steam.
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
And
did you like it?
I mean, I've done it before with like card games and with D&D ones, but we just played like other games, and it's so cool that you could just throw in a random game. I was about to shit on it until I realized that I was playing at my native settings on my computer, so it was running this game at 5K.
Oh, so you
and it's like a tabletop sim, and it's like flipping a card, and it's having so much trouble doing it.
It's like
because it's rendering this shit at like the highest possible.
Yeah.
No, but we ended up playing 2 games. One of them was Incan Gold, like Inca and Mayans, Incan Gold.
Yes, I understand the Incas.
Well, I heard it and I thought it was ink and gold.
Love that.
Not the case. So you're basically just like Indiana Jones trying to steal like jewels and idols, and you like go against the rest of your team. So
like Inca. Yeah, I got it.
So you have 2 cards, kind of like a.
I think Rubber Ducky.
We got a message.
I think he just called us fatties.
Hey, I think fellas, but
I thought he said, well, hello there, fatties. All right, well, I was about to be like, fuck you, Ducky, but no, I think it's actually just hello there, fellas. Yeah. Well, anyways, continue. Inca Hunt. Wow, that
you have 2 cards.
Yeah, but Inca Hunt almost sounds like see you next Tuesday.
Ah, yes, it does. It's ink and gold.
Yes.
So you have 2 cards, like if you want to keep going in the dungeon or come back out of the dungeon, and you
the duck sauce is real.
It's basically just, it feels like trading stocks.
Oh, nice.
You're just like, oh, I got like a little bit of return.
Or
There's-
turnips.
There's a little bit on the table, and it's like, do you want to keep going, or do
Yeah.
you want to like cash out?
Is it turnips
From
in Animal Crossing?
Yeah.
The turnip market. Okay.
Yep. So that game was really fun. Then I also played 5 Minute Marvel, which I think you would really like.
Okay.
You pick a super one
Hero.
of the heroes,
Sure.
and then you fight either like a villain, a mastermind, or a henchman.
Okay.
And you put 5 minutes on the clock, and then
Right.
all of you are just like throwing down cards, working as a team. And unlike the other bullshit game, this is a very good teamwork game.
Okay. Nice.
Where you're like, I got this thing, I'm putting down. I got this thing, I'm putting down. Draw 3 more cards. I flip my guy over and go from the Hulk to Puny Banner, so I get to draw 2 more cards, and then like I'll throw that down, and you're just trying to delete or kill as many villains as you can.
I love
in that 5 minutes. And it's like, it literally takes 5 minutes. It takes
you could play like a billion of those. Then.
No time to pick up. Like we open it up, and even doing like that weird tabletop simulator interface, still super easy to play. It was real fun.
Oh, that's great. Because like generally like the only annoying part is like understanding the game.
Yeah.
But so you just picked that up faster than Devils in the Details. Clearly, it's like fuck that game. There you go.
Yep. Yeah.
Fuck that game.
There were 2 games I learned
promo.
how to do it.
5 Minute Marvel versus
Fuck
Devils
that
in the
game.
Details. There you go. We're getting the promo, boys. Getting the promo, and girls, all listener. We're getting the promo.
Yeah.
That reminds me of things that excite me in gaming promo.
Oh.
Speaking of gaming promo, Final Fantasy XIV's director did a 7-hour Twitch stream. And did he do it playing the MMO the whole time? No. He started off with the first hour of just baking cookies, which was hilarious because he just cracks open a bottle of wine, and the dude is just slamming red wine, baking cookies, having a great fucking time, talking about games. And then he plays like 6 hours of Final Fantasy XIV MMO. But there were some highlights of the game where people actually broke down the recipe, and some of them include a block of butter got stuck in Yoshida's whisk. So Yoshida is the director. It's Nokia Yoshida. I'm gonna spell it. We've established in every episode I am terrible at pronunciation. I'm all in.
Both of them, actually.
No, well, I enunciate actually pretty well.
Depends how fast you're talking.
Yes, that's true. If I get excited, then it's
all bets out the way.
Right, which is incredible, incredible for podcasts. Everybody always says we can't understand you, you should be on a podcast.
Yep.
So it's Naoki, Noki.
Yeah.
That's the spelling, and then Yoshida is Yoshida.
That's how I would say it.
Okay. So it's not an offense thing. I just can't fucking say it.
Yeah.
But that's the spelling, and he's awesome. So, anyways, he's playing and drinking, baking cookies, but people just got so obsessed with making these cookies. So he gets a block of butter stuck in his whisk when he's trying to make them. And he's like, just takes a big gulps of this red wine every time, and he's making a smiley face out of the chocolate chips in the cookies. And it was just like a good vibes, like kind of thing. I do like good vibes, see? But it's good vibes things, and he's whining.
Justin hops online. He's like, "Fuck your cookies."
Yeah, these cookies suck, bro. No, it was awesome. And then so people basically translated what the recipe was, because obviously it was in Japanese. And the other thing was people found out it was a 2018 Napa Valley Red. And this is just because the great part about having stuff on Twitch and stuff is if they don't tell you, the people in the Twitch comments are like researching
on fire. Yeah.
They're like our, guy just trying to make us say cunt in different ways of the word. But we love our people. But anyways, yeah. So I just thought it was really cool that he jumped on and did that, and then playing his game, right? It's pretty dope. So I thought it was a pretty cool stream. The stream lasted 7 hours and 15 minutes though. The dude was like a champ. The entire stream was in Japanese, but still was a thoroughly entertaining watch. If you didn't have, if you don't understand Japanese, it's okay. You understand people making cookies, playing games, and drinking wine.
Understand games.
It was just the act, and it just looked like he was having a ball, and just his excitement and like enjoyment just made me feel like I was. And I don't speak a lick of Japanese, would love to, but I was like, this is fucking great. I'm about to get some wine myself and make some fucking cookies. Let's go, Yoshida. Like, I'm in, baby. So I just want to mention that I thought it was really cool. And game directors jumping on doing that. Like that's a
Yeah.
Now
And
maybe
the fact that it's the director, like how good does it feel like
right, that's
as
awesome.
someone on that dev team to just like see your like leader just kind of fucking around, having a good time, enjoying what he's making.
Right. And I think that, yeah, exactly.
Like
100%.
That pumps you up way more than any like deadline or like fucking marketing meeting or anything like that.
And by the way, I would love it if, let's say, the creative director at 343 did this with Halo Infinite, just randomly pulling something out, just getting sloshed, right?
It turns out his oven's on 200 and he's like, these are going to need to bake for a little longer.
But yeah, that would be the Halo Infinite there. So yeah, it's a 20-minute. Oh, wait, it's an hour and 20-minute. My bad. We got the release time wrong again. Got to preheat that a little more. No, but like it would just be cool if they jumped on and talking and be like, well, Halo Infinite's going to do this, this, and this. What did fucking Halo 3 do? You know, because that was Bungie. Which, by the way, Halo 3 just released a new map for the first time like 10 years.
Interesting.
But yeah, who knew that game was still going on? But that would be fucking cool. That's like a little of that promo there. Was, ooh, all right, Halo. Or if they could even make fun of themselves, be like, yeah, Halo 4 fucking sucked. We tried to fix it in 5 and 6. Infinite's going to be better, but like, or like, come at Destiny, because like Halo Infinite, which is now Destiny's Bungie's baby, just like we did this, and it's like, have you seen that fucking glitch on Destiny? Oof. Or like what? Just like it'll be a little fun. Get the promo, baby. Get people on the stream. Anyways, whatever. I'm done prompting promos until my next comment. So Lenovo, getting to the computer maker, just jumping all over the place. Great transition, Johnson. Thank you. Just made the Legion Phone Duel 2. What is that? It is a new gaming.
I certainly don't know.
Yeah, it's a new gaming phone with a 720 hertz touch response rate. Pretty good. Yeah. It has a webcam on top of it. I mean, like most phones have the camera on top of it as well. It looks pretty cool. It's going to be used for like cloud gaming services like Xbox Game Pass, Stadia, shit like that. There's a couple other companies like Asus, I think, is trying to make a powerful phone as well for just gaming on the go stuff.
Yeah.
So basically they have like these virtual, and they have like these virtual with the touch screen where you kind of get your buttons like R1, R2 are on the top. There are clickable, like ultrasonic, what they call them, shoulder keys. And there's like these other keys on the back of the phone, and then your L3, R3 are like touch, like force touch in the middle of the phone, which is pretty interesting. Yeah, it's basically making the phone into a controller, which is similar to what, like if you game on an iPhone or Droid, it's like they'll mimic that with the controller. This is like we have the buttons, or at least the feedback sensors there, so it's like it's expecting like an actual controller. But it's also the screen, so I find that interesting. It does have a ton of shit in it though. It's pretty interesting. It's got a Snapdragon 888, which is pretty fucking good. It's got a 144 hertz refresh rate from the original, so it retains that. I mean, a lot of this stuff, the refresh rate is the screen refresh rate. The 720 hertz is the input. For the record, they're not the same thing, just in case you're like, you just said 720. It's like a different fucking thing.
I figured because 720 is
insane,
like too high for a visual refresh rate.
Yes. Yeah. So, but it's just pretty interesting. I mean, I'm not going to go too much more into it but it's called the Legion Phone 2. It is to get the 16 gig model. It is $1,200. But the charging dock is included.
All right.
So if you want without the accessories, it's $948. And that's the 12 gig 256 gig model.
I wonder, it'd be interesting to see how that stuff goes forward. Like if it'll become like a Twitch-ish type thing where you can just like plug in to your TV with a dock and like have a separate controller.
I'm sure they're trying to go towards that. Yeah, because like the Switch kind of leaves it open for, it's like, why doesn't somebody else just do that with a phone? I mean, it's like VR sets, right? With using the phone VR as opposed to like an actual VR headset. It's like, you know, some people it's like good enough. And it's like, yeah. And it's definitely a market. Like there's definitely a market for that kind of like cheaper.
Yeah.
Another thing I wanted to go off of. This kind of goes back into the Fight Pro. Resident Evil Village PS5 version will have performance and graphic modes. Their director, I believe, with the director. Okay, I'm gonna try and then I'll spell it. It's Morimasa Soto, Morimasa Morimasa. And then
That's how I would go.
Soto is Sato.
Ooh.
Sato.
Yeah.
Yeah. What the fuck kind of reaction is that? So they're going to offer, he's confirmed they will offer different graphics and performance modes like they did with Devil May Cry 5, which they didn't say which ones will be in. But if you look at Devil May Cry 5, which is something they worked on previously, it was 4K 30 frames per second with ray tracing, 4K 60 without ray tracing, and I had a 120 frames per second with no ray tracing as well. You're probably looking at something like that. I would bet it's like a 4K 30 with ray tracing and 4K 60 without ray tracing, which is kind of like what
they did for Spider-Man.
Miles Morales did the same thing. I would say that's you're probably looking at that. Soto did say, we're putting the high performance power of the PS5 to full use to create a realistic experience of this terrifying village. He was in awe. He's like, there are a lot of exterior scenes in the game, and in the past, it's been challenging to produce great visuals for areas like this while maintaining performance, but it's a breeze with the PS5. I feel like the possibilities of what I can express in a game have expanded.
Hot damn.
That's awesome from a director. Fun note. Village comes out May 7th, so fucking soon. PC, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series S, and X. Notice what I just said of all the things it's releasing on. The one that he's in awe of is the PS5 with that's getting options. So either they got exclusive graphics options the other ones aren't going to get, or he just happened to mention I just like, man, he's a mensch. Now, granted, and just happened to mention PS5. Now, to be fair, this interview was with the official interview was with official PlayStation Magazine. So
maybe with a grain of salt.
Maybe he was just saying PS5 because it was the PlayStation Magazine. Although you would think he would just say next gen consoles would get this. So I don't know, but I like to do it as like the fight promo. This is perfect promo for Resident Evil Village. Be like, yeah, well, PS5, we got graphics and performance option. Where are you at, Microsoft? When that comes out, Sony is like, this looks great. Great. I like Xbox. Congrats on this. At least, but you know, Sony, at least we can tune the performance stuff. But you know, it's probably okay on Xbox as well. That'll be awesome, right? Yeah. And guess what? They're probably gonna have the same graphics option. But the director just didn't mention that one, and then so you could just fucking leverage it. It's awesome. This is just promo, baby. It doesn't have to be 100% fact. We know that now. It's like, and also when stuff changes in gaming, it's timed exclusive. It's like this might be exclusive to the PS5 for like a month. And they're like, now Xbox has the same exact option. Like, I mean, it's like with everything. So I just think it would be kind of cool to see, like, you know, look, I just want some shade, man. I want that tea. I want that gaming tea, as it were. Right. I'm just getting into it. After we made the TikTok, I'm like getting into the tea world. I'm like, I'm all about it. So
that's really where this stems from.
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah.
A lot of time on TikTok. So
this Ducky just commented distraction. Confirmed. It was. And then just kind of round it out, because you're going to die a lot in Resident Evil Village, and I can't wait for it. But let's talk about zombies and Dying Light 2. Ooh. Dying Light 2, there, you know, we've been waiting for this game for a while. It's still got a little bit to go, but they did confirm the map is going to be 4 times larger than the original. The original was pretty fucking big. So the fact that it's going to be 4 times larger than the original is pretty awesome. They also said like a lot of things that you do in the game is going to affect.
I also want people to start releasing maps in square miles.
I'm glad you said that, because my trivia is maps in square miles.
Really?
Yes.
That's fucking awesome.
Yep. It is literally the 30 biggest open world games by square miles. Yeah. So you're you know what? Asking you shall receive. You're welcome.
There we go.
There we go. I'm just a good guy. I'm just giving the people what they want, and that includes my co-host. I just do I do what the people need. We need some tea. We need some fight promo. We need some square miles. Boom. Gotcha. I'm here for all of it, baby. Anyways, they estimate it's gonna be 4 times. Covered. Yeah, 4 times bigger, which is the most precise estimate we can provide, is what they said. I was like, I love that. That's the exact quote. It's
curious.
Like, yeah, they're like, that's all we can do. It's like, okay, you're the developer. Yeah. Great. But that's pretty cool. I'm really excited to play this game because the first one was fucking awesome. Yeah. It's basically like Mirror's Edge meets zombies.
Nice.
And it's really, first one was excellent. I think this one will also be excellent. And I can't wait for this. So I'm excited for whatever the fuck this is going to come out. It's supposed to come out this year. They haven't had an official release date, and it's going to come out on everything. So for PS4, 5, Xbox One, Xbox Series, SX, and
GameCube.
PC. Definitely the Cube, probably Game Gear.
There you go.
Atari 2600. The one that obviously is never mentioned is Switch because it just can't handle it. But again, like we said, everybody just has it because it's like, oh yeah, you're different. You're not the same. But I just want to mention that. Kind of off that point, the first like 25 minutes was me bitching about this stuff.
A little bit.
It's great. Love it. Love to hear.
You're like, I'm on a schedule. We need to watch the game.
Yeah.
Let's go on a tangent.
Yeah. Let me pull that up. And
don't you dare.
No, I would never. If you saw that, yes, I do have the Flyers game up right now. All right. Well, we're getting close to wrapping this up. Anyways, want to get the trivia? Trivia. Also, Abandon, a new cinematic horror shooter, just because we're on horror games, and I feel like this would just get lost in the mess, is announced to just be exclusive to PS5. That's all we know about it, but it was just part of my T part that's like, fuck yeah. Because guess what? Xbox announced a bunch of Bethesda games are going to be exclusive to them. That's kind of the tease. Like, why would we buy Bethesda if we weren't going to make exclusive shit for the Xbox? And it's like, yeah, all this exclusive stuff, this is what I'm talking. That's fight promo, baby. Because guess what? Just like how after 5 years, some of these games come out on PC and they get released later, MLB The Show will now come out on everything. When it just used to be the best baseball game, only coming out as a PlayStation exclusive because it's developed by Sony in-house by San Diego Studios, published by Sony Interactive Entertainment. But since the MLB basically threatened the license a couple years ago, they're making this version come out on everything. This version is going to be on Xbox Game Pass day one. Sony customers are going to have to pay for it, but Xbox has to pay Sony because Sony's the developer and publisher of the game. So it's kind of a fun thing. So Sony's still making money. Yeah, it is. So I just think that's a fun full circle thing on it. So it's like I said, they're still making money on it, but you can still throw a little shade, baby. Yeah. Shade, baby. Shade, baby. All right.
Trivia music comes back in now.
Trivia. Do you want to go first or me? You said this is gonna be a fun trivia. So, but since we just talked about open world maps, I'll finish. We'll edge you. We just did. Now I'm gonna let you talk and then finish at the end.
I have literally.
You always are like you have to work edging in. So I was like, I'm just trying to do.
So you would like me to do my trivia first? That's what you're asking
obviously.
For. Okay.
Oh, also thanks Rubber Ducky for subscribing with Prime. Look at that. Ooh. Currently on a 1 month streak. Look at that. Just getting that. Hell yeah.
That's awesome.
Like it, love it. Do we want more of it?
We do.
Boom. We do. Okay, confirmed. We want more of it.
Would you want more of it?
All right, will you do your trivia? What the fuck?
Yes.
Jesus.
So my trivia
it's like I have to keep talking because no one else will do trivia.
What year were these games released? And they are all like board and or card games. Okay. And it is manufacturing date because there's a couple where it's like, I made this game up 10 years like 6 before edition? That it was actually just like what the original date was that was like released. Not what date did you make it up with friends and then it became a real game.
Okay, later. And these are official board games. These are like real games. Yeah. But I mean, does editions matter? Because you know, like
edition everything.
Okay, because you know D&D is like 6 or 5 games, so it's like it could be all over.
I am going to give you a 5-year range.
Okay, I'm going to be terrible at this.
That's fine. Monopoly. Starting strong.
70.
1935.
I was like, this is going to be super old. Yep.
Settlers of Catan.
1965.
1995.
Fuck.
That was actually what inspired this because that box looks old as fuck.
Yeah, it does. That's what I was thinking. That's like looks like it hasn't been updated forever.
Exactly.
If it's 90s, it should have like Blink 182 on it.
Right?
What the fuck? Yeah. It looks like fucking Oregon Trail.
It did start, I think, in Germany and then came over here.
Oh, well.
So I think that
that makes sense because our 90s are like their 70s.
Yeah.
Because they got like blown back into the fucking Stone Age, in exception of
I was just saying they move slower, but whatever.
No, that's why like Berlin and stuff is so new because it got bombed to shit. Exception of like Munich, which still looks beautiful in original architecture.
Shouldn't that look? I don't know.
Because we couldn't have fun fact, we didn't have long enough range bombers to reach Munich, so that's why it still has the original German architecture. And it's beautiful, great place, been there. But Berlin's like brand new because it got bombed to shit. Anyways, moving past. Yeah, random fact there. I'm pretty sure that's correct.
Incan Gold.
2010.
It was 2006. So
that
is
4 years.
And just a little fun fact, extra info. Diamond is the original one, and I think that's what I was getting the other one confused with. That started in Germany.
Oh, okay. Well, my
And-
German fact still stands.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
We learned something today.
Unlike the buildings. That's
Twister.
I don't know, so I'm gonna say 1995 because that's when the movie came out.
Like, this has no relation to the movie, if that helps.
I know.
1966.
Yeah, I was like, I've never even heard of it. Oh wait,
Yes.
the hand thing.
Yes.
Oh, I was thinking of a board game. When you said table, I was thinking all this stuff. I'm thinking board games. So I was like, what board games are Twister? So I'm like, are they running away from a Twister?
I was trying to impose on you that.
So it's like any of those like family style games that we played.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. That helps.
Dungeons and Dragons.
1945.
Okay. And I will give you a bonus year range if you can tell me who invented it.
Like the
guy, the creator.
Robert E. Dungeon. I don't know.
Close. None at all. Gary Gygax.
Oh, I did know that, the Gygax thing. Fuck. How would I
And
could
1977.
Okay, that's actually way later than I thought it would be.
Gygax,
I did know that because
I figured you would. It's a pop culture zeitgeisty kind of name.
Yeah, that's I should
Cards Against Humanity.
2010.
2011.
Yeah.
Closest one so far.
No, we were in college. That's what I remember.
This is true.
Yeah.
Apples to Apples.
Oh god, I played that once, and I feel like it's older. 1985.
99.
Fuck. I told you I'm gonna be terrible at this. I have no idea.
Sorry.
Yeah, me too.
With the exclamation point.
No. 1993.
1929.
What the fuck? Is that older than Monopoly?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Right?
That's crazy. I would expect that, like, whatever. Fuck it. I'm done.
Battleship.
1990.
So I will tell you that the pad and pencil version
I'm talking about the
game,
Hasbro version.
Yeah, the pad and pencil version was 1930s. So if you would like to change your Hasbro answer,
1970.
67.
Yeah.
Clue.
I mean, the sorry thing is fucking me up because Clue is so 1930.
49.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
it's old.
And do you know the original name?
Great Scott
In the UK. Which is actually a terrific answer
Yeah.
for that. No. Cluedo.
Oh, I think I've heard that before. It just sounds stupid
Yeah,
as shit.
it does sound stupid.
Yeah. I
And
think
was
Great
like,
Scott would be
oh,
the better
I was
name.
like, oh, what country was it made in that it was called Cluedo? And it's just like the UK. I'm like,
but they spoke English.
yeah. The word clue is also a word there.
Like, no. It's Cluedo.
Risk.
This is my favorite board game. Although
I asked him right before.
I just don't know when that would be. I'm gonna say 1940.
1957.
Okay. Because it's like based off of World War II. So I knew it had to be around that time. I was like, I wonder if it's like during it and they were like doing it to deal with it, but it makes sense that it came out after.
And then last but not least, Mousetrap.
1950. I have no fucking idea.
63.
Okay.
So not too far. Yeah, I just thought it was really interesting. Like that you kind of just put all these board games like into the same general old context. Like if it's on a bookshelf and your grandma has it, then it was made when she was born.
Yes.
Like that's
she's played it forever.
Yeah.
And I was surprised you didn't bring up like Scrabble or like fucking Mahjong.
Oh, I could have kept going. Well,
Yeah.
Mahjong's like thousands of years.
I know. I was going to
hundreds
say,
of years old.
yeah,
And
Mahjong. I was going to say like 1500 or something.
Like I did chess and
all
that stuff.
And then like, what's that one that I don't know? Backgammon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's fair. That's cool though.
But yeah, it was just like the Settlers of Catan being from 95 blew my mind.
That blew my mind, but not as much as Sorry. Sorry being like oldest one on your list being older. Monopoly, I would have bet, is the oldest one.
Sorry's pieces look like they're ancient.
That's true, but like, Monopoly is just the one that I'm like, this feels like it's been there forever.
Yeah.
Like Risk,
Especially
I knew it
with,
had
the
to.
guy with the monocle. It's like,
Yeah.
it was made when monocles were popular.
Like
I guess.
Risk, I knew World War II had to have been going on or happened, and it's like, but the other one's like, what frame of reference do I have for this?
Yeah.
It's like, well, I got it from my parents, like my parents' childhood, so I'm like 70s. Like that's why I was like 70s. I was like, I don't fucking know. Then when everything was older, I was like 30s. Like I don't fucking know. The Roaring 20s, the fucking flappers were playing this shit. I don't know.
So we'll just, your score is great effort.
Thanks. Great Scott. Would have been a better name. I stand by that. All right, so let's talk map sizes. Let's give you your dream. We're gonna talk square miles.
Reading my diary.
So this is the top 30. So instead of doing the top 30, I think I'll just do the top 10.
Thank you.
Now I can do this two ways. You can just guess.
We're gonna do the way that
you can just guess, or you can guess square miles. I think it'll be better if I tell you the game and you guess the square miles.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so now let me count, because I said there's 30, and instead this asshole bulleted all of them instead of putting one through that, so I have to count up to 10.
Interesting. Counting. Math.
Hmm.
It's really an adventure we're taking together. I would
right.
like to point out for all the audio listeners, Justin did not use his fingers to count to 10.
Nope. Do people do that?
Yes.
No, like no, whatever. All right. All right. So, well, now I have to think of like the order I ask you them in, because then it's like,
I can promise you I'm not that good.
maybe I'll just tell your answer, just like you told me the board game year at the same time. We'll do that so that we don't have to write it down. Cool. All right. Death Stranding.
Ooh.
2019 video game. Kojima. I love that guy. Awesome.
I feel like the whole thing with that is people hated how much they had to traverse.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go with 5,000 square miles.
525.9 square miles.
Okay. Shit.
I will give you. I am now reading all the square miles to decide of what I will give you.
Yeah.
I will give you.
I was gonna say
I will give you a
1,000,
500. I'll give you 1,000 square mile plus minus.
And you said it was 529 square miles?
525.9 square miles.
Okay.
Okay, next one. Test Drive Unlimited 2. Took place, if this helps, geographically in Ibiza.
20 square miles.
Okay, for this one, I'm not giving you a plus or minus 1,000. 618 square miles. But saying 20
right.
square miles, that's still going to be a no.
Yeah.
I'll give you 500 because that was ridiculous. Because then it's like, that's too small. Yeah, no.
I feel like Ibiza is like Monaco in my head, where it's just like a little strip that's very windy and tight.
Yeah, I mean, it's
wrong,
a little more than that. Yeah. I mean, that's a thought you can have. All right, so Final Fantasy 15 map size.
6,000 square miles.
786.4 square miles.
Cool. Are any of them in the thousands?
It's going to be a transition.
Okay.
And a stark one. Asher's Call. Asher's Call. Released in 1999. Asher's Call. It's like Jeopardy.
969.
I'll give you this one. It's 804.7 square miles.
Nice.
MMORPG. Pretty cool. Turbine Entertainment Software. All right. The Crew. Map size.
Ooh.
Racing and driving racing game.
1,400 square miles.
Okay. For these, we're still using the 500, so that'll be wrong. But really fucking close. 2,000.
Okay.
Yeah. It's pretty dope. Fuel. Map size. Game is Fuel. Open world post-apocalyptic game set in the United States.
Oh, in the United States. Let's go 3,000 square miles then.
That would make sense. I guess they added to the States. It was 5,560 square miles.
Damn.
Yeah. All right. Largest playable console game in 2009 won a award for. So in 2009, it was the biggest.
Word.
Minecraft map size. This one's a little difficult. It's not all the online ones combined because you can do that, and that's like billions, which is bullshit. This is basically the largest
like
seed,
one
and they're all
player map.
They're all like procedurally generated. So this would be like the largest seed that you can make. Like,
so yeah, like
as a
water
single player.
counts
Yeah.
and all.
Yeah.
Does the nether region count?
And this is math from the game's programmer, Notch.
How tall is your main character?
That doesn't have anything to do with square miles.
That's what my reference is. If it's a 5 foot main character and I'm basing all the square miles off of that,
I don't know
or
how tall the main
6 foot.
character. I would
I'm
say
fucking with you.
I would say the character is probably 3 feet, to be honest. 3 to 4 feet.
I'm gonna go with 7,000 square miles.
18,641.
Shit.
Yeah, big one.
Like I know it's big, but like that just seems.
Right. Elder Scrolls 2 Daggerfall. So this, for example, 3 would be Morrowind, 4 is Oblivion, Skyrim is 5.
Are we going in order, by the way?
I've been kind of moving around.
Okay.
But
like, I want to know if I should keep guessing just higher and higher.
I'm not going to help you with that.
The
Elder Scrolls 2 Daggerfall. You can ask for like, when did it come out? All that
12,000.
stuff. It had 15,000 cities in it. 12,000?
Yeah.
80,823 square miles. We have been going in order, by the way. That's fucking
breaks my head.
That's fucking math. 15,000 cities, towns, and villages and dungeons for players to explore and collect loot from. This is Elder Scrolls 2.
What
people think Skyrim and Oblivion and Morrowind are big. This thing could fit all of them in it.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And this is the second one. It's actually free. It came out in 1996. If you go to elderscrolls.com, you can download it for free.
It's just annoying.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. All right.
Ugh.
Microsoft Flight Sim map size.
Oh, what's the size of the world?
Exactly.
I thought we were going to be talking about like Zelda.
Nope. It is a game.
Geez.
It's considered a game.
I feel like 1,000 isn't a big enough. 500 million.
Okay. Overshot. 196,940,000 square miles.
All right.
We'll break that down. 57,510,000 square miles of land. 139,434,000 square miles of water.
Shit.
Pretty much the breakdown of Earth, too. So it's pretty interesting pivot. I think that is the actual breakdown of Earth. So making the largest game that you can measure on this list, exception of the next game. Because the next game isn't just a single. No Man's Sky.
Yeah, I knew we were getting there.
I will tell you,
as soon as you did Flight Simulator, I was like, oh, planets.
Yeah.
Are we going to get to like Eve?
This will be the last one.
Okay.
The one did have Spore, but I kind of like, I didn't really
I don't know, like a billion.
So it's difficult to say. Well, we can say there from because it's all procedurally generated.
Yeah.
But it does generate the whole map. It's 18 quintillion possible planets, with each of those planets having probably 100 million square miles on the planet. Yeah, so 18 quintillion possible planets. And that's just the planets, and then obviously inside the planets have the square miles. So
I just want to like point out that that's not me not being impressed. That's just my brain like shutting down.
Yeah.
Get to a certain point where I'm like, oh.
Yeah, it's
like when I was
ridiculous.
7 and I was like, what's past the Earth? And then it's like other planets. Like what's past the other planets? Other stars. What's past the other stars? Galaxies. And I'm like, bleh.
Yeah, you just keep going out. But a fun fact, it will take, if you visit everything in it, which is like, again, it's all procedurally generated. It's 18 quintillion possible planets, about 255 galaxies total. It would take you, if you wanted to visit If a player were to visit each planet per second, so every second you're on a new planet, it would take 600 billion years to visit all of them.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So we'll find out when someone finishes that game. But yeah, that's crazy. And the fact that now it's online, you can run into people. It's like, how can you run into? You have to like tell them the exact point in time you are, which is kind of cool.
Curious.
So yeah, that's pretty interesting. It should have been obvious that was obviously going to be the biggest one, and I don't think anything could ever beat it because it's like, bang, it's 1-1 by the way. In the Flyers Boston. All right, well, I think that's pretty good. I think we got a lot of nice well-rounded. We got the promo. We said fuck 343. They're trash unless they decide to pay us off. Then they're probably not trash, but we'll find out then. Let's get that promo going though. All right, let's get some fun, healthy competition.
Fuck devils in the details.
Fuck devils in the detail. Maybe I'll win the Hut Ultimate NHL World Gaming Championship. We'll come on. I'll be the champion, and I'll say fuck whoever.
Yeah.
Fuck Xbox. Fuck Sony. Maybe I'll say whoever. Fuck Nintendo. Now, you feel if I say fuck Nintendo, you just feel bad.
It's like cursing out a child.
Yeah, I'm like, no, no. It's like cursing out a dog. You're like, oh no, you're good. It's okay.
I like that better.
Yeah. I've cursed at kids. Like some kids are fucking assholes. Fuck that. All right, with that, and I know you have too. It's we'll leave it at that. So everybody's like, find that video. No, there's no. All right, anyways. Thanks for joining. Keep gaming. You know, if you want to say fuck a developer, it's okay. But also fuck you for saying fuck developers. I have their back. Everybody knows that. Always have, always will. All right. Everybody's like, what happened in this episode?
Fuck you. Bye.
Fuck off. Bye. Keep gaming.